Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains video. So we're gonna do something fun. After Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 ended, I ranked all of the openings and endings for Arc 5, and then I actually did a video. It was one of my first videos on the channel on Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, where I ranked every single opening and ending. That was, of course, that video will be linked down below. It's a little outdated, but if you want to check it out, you most certainly can. That was before Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains even aired. Now that Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains has come to a full end, it's been over since September, we are going to rank the 3 openings, the 5 endings, separately and together in this video. That's what I will be doing, giving my personal rankings, and I do want to hear from all of you as well. Now, this is such a subjective video because music is one of the most subjective things that you can talk about. So I'm very excited to hear all of your lists, and I am going to be ranking these on a basis of visuals as well as music. And depending on whether I like the song a lot, that will obviously impact the ranking on this list. Whether I thought the visuals were fitting and well, that will also impact the ranking on this list. Now, truth be told, I probably have these ranked a little more biased towards how much I like the music rather than the visuals, but I will give my reasoning for everything on this list as well as I can. It's kind of, again, a very subjective video, but hopefully you guys do enjoy. And we're going to start with the endings. I figure we'll save the 3 openings for last. We're going to start with the endings, and coming in 5th as my least favorite ending, and my least favorite of all 8 of these, is one that I think a lot of people are going to disagree with right off the bat, which is fair. Believe in Magic. Believe in Magic, the very first ending of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, is my least favorite ending, and let me explain why. I've always been a fan of rock, of hard rock, ballad rock, soft rock, metal. That's kind of where I've kind of placed myself on the music spectrum, if you will. And Believe in Magic is it's a fun song. It's not a bad song. I don't hate the song, but it's very techno. It's very kind of EDM-ish. It's a dance song. And if you're into that style of music, there's going to be some people who comment and say, well, Dylan, Believe in Magic was my favorite ending. And that's completely fair. Again, music is so subjective. It's just Believe in Magic is not the style and the genre of what I look for in a song. So musically, it never really appealed to me. It was fun. It was upbeat. Didn't really match what was going on in Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains at the time. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains was never a fun or an upbeat show really at any point during the airing. And I know the endings get a little more of a break when it comes to the visuals because they're endings, and most shows put more onus on the opening visuals. Believe in Magic, I thought the visuals were okay, but they were really just kind of a slideshow, as most of these ending visuals for VRains were. So Believe in Magic is my least favorite, mainly because I never really loved the song. Don't hate the song, but it's just not my style of music, so that's why I have it at the bottom. Number 4, coming in 4th, is ending 5, Are You Ready? So we go from the first ending of VRains to the last ending of VRains. Are You Ready is a song that is an absolute trip if you listen to the full version of it. I actually reacted with a few friends to the full 11-minute music video of Are You Ready before the song officially became Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains' ending theme. And if you want to watch that reaction, you can find it somewhere on my channel. Just type in Are You Ready music video reaction on YouTube. It'll probably come up. The middle of Are You Ready is weird as hell if you've ever listened to the full version. The very beginning and the very last ending 2 minutes, I love. And that's not the portion of the song that they picked. So already with Are You Ready, I was a little upset because I felt there were better parts of that song that they could have used. As for the visuals aren't bad. I mean, there were a lot of really emotional episodes that led into that song, but at the same time, I just kind of wish that song was a little more impactful for what was going on in the final season of VRains. And because that song carried over from Season 2 into Season 3, they didn't really change the visuals besides changing I and Robopi. I felt it was a little stale towards the end. And so Are You Ready, even though I do like the song a lot, I just wasn't really feeling it for the ending theme of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains, given what was going on during Season 3. So, Are You Ready is 4th for me, even though I think I do like that song more than most people do. Number 3, coming in 3rd, is our 3rd ending, Boy. Boy is a good song. It's not as EDM-ish as Believe in Magic is. It's not as techno, still probably the same genre, but it's a little more rock and roll, and it has a really cool solo if you've ever listened to the full version of it. Visuals, it's so Playmaker and Soul Burner. I mean, Soul Burner, this was the point in the show where we were introduced to Soul Burner, where almost every single duel was a Soul Burner duel in Season 3, to the point where we were almost begging for Playmaker to have a duel again. He beat Go, he beat Aoi Zaizen, he beat Bit and Boot, and he was just running roughshod through everyone in VRains. And so the ending visuals fit. I think of the very iconic scene where him and Yusaku fist bump and leave their VRains persona and go back to the real world. And I think it just symbolized the growing friendship and bond between, at that point, really our two main characters. So I thought the ending visuals were good, and I like the song. So Boy will be number 3 for me. Number 2 is Writing Life. I might have Writing Life a little higher than most people. That was the second Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains ending going on for the second half of Season 1. The reason I like Writing Life so much is I love the song. It's a slow rock song. The lyrics are very meaningful to me. They're very powerful. I think the visuals are good. The visuals are somber. The song in general is way more somber than Believe in Magic. In Season 1, again, VRains was a somber show. I don't think the ending needs to be, an upbeat theme like Believe in Magic was. If you want to do that for an opening, okay, that's one thing, but the ending is right after an episode ended, and a lot of these episodes ended in a grim fashion, so I just thought Writing Life fit the theme of Season 1 much better than Believe in Magic did, and Writing Life visually had some of the coolest Easter eggs. In the tunnel scene, where we see Yusaku stand up, there's a graffiti that says Synchro. I think there's another graffiti that says Shining Draw. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong about that, but there were odes to Yusei, and Yuma, and 5Ds, and Zexal, and it was just really, really cool, and I did like that a lot from a visual Easter egg standpoint. So Writing Life is my second favorite, but my favorite ending from VRains has to be Glory. Glory was an incredible song. Bandmaid's an incredible band. I knew about Bandmaid before they even did this ending, before it was announced that they were going to do an ending. The visuals are, nothing special. It's everyone kind of changing from their real-life persona into their VRains persona. But I liked it a lot and included most of the cast. And the song is just incredible. The song maybe is what puts this at the top of my list for endings. But Glory is an incredible, incredible song. And that's my list for my favorite endings in VRains. Glory, Writing Life, Boy, Are You Ready, and Believe in Magic. Again, a mix of how much I enjoyed the songs and how much I thought the songs kind of fit the tone of the show and the visuals in the endings themselves. Let's move on to the openings. There's only 3 openings. It's not like Arc 5 and Zexal where we have 6 openings to choose from, and there's going to be a lot of changes with these lists depending on who you talk to. I think for the most part, a lot of people are going to probably agree with this list based on the sense I've gotten from most of the community. Again, this is much smaller, so the odds that we have the same list or maybe just one off is very high, much higher than the endings. My least favorite opening is an opening that I didn't really mind. It just ran too long. Go Forward. Go Forward ran for an abnormally long time, and the real problem that I have with Go Forward, I don't mind the song. I think the song is pretty good. The real problem I have with Go Forward is as the season was going on and continued to go towards the climax, the visuals never changed. In none of these openings, Lightning, the main antagonist of the show, he was in none of these openings. How do you not update Go Forward to show Lightning and Windy, even in just a very quick scene as the show went on? Go Forward became so stale so quickly because after 40 episodes after it's debuted, we're way past the visuals that it was showing at the very beginning of Season 2, and when you watch Go Forward, it's like, alright, the song still kind of fits the theme of the show and the theme of Season 2, but it's just so outdated. The visuals are so outdated, and that's really the issue I have with Go Forward. It's why it's my least favorite opening. Number 2, my second favorite, and my second least favorite, there's only 3 openings, is With the Wind. With the Wind I liked a lot. I liked the song. Tommy does the first opening of JoJo Sono Chi no Sadame, a very famous opening. He's just got a very powerful, deep voice. Love With the Wind. I like how it was written specifically for VRains. You have him reference the data storm in the song. So it was clearly a song written for VRains, which I feel like always adds a little extra. Because there's some songs where you say, like, Are You Ready was not written for VRains. Are You Ready was released before VRains even came out. And most of these songs, sure, they get bands to write the openings and endings, but they're not written specifically for for the anime in some cases, but With the Wind was absolutely written for Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains' first opening, which I really liked a lot. Visuals were okay, they updated them a little bit, but throughout the whole first season, it fit with Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. And then finally, my favorite opening is Calling. I think this will be a lot of people's favorite opening. I think it's the better song. Kameru did opening 2, Go Forward, and opening 3, Calling. I think Calling is the better song. I like it more than Go Forward as a song. And visually, even though it gave away a lot of what was going to happen in Season 3, it was great. It fit Season 3 the entire way through. It was, especially at the end, it was a very, like, with how quickly those visuals flashed at the very end, where we got introduced to Pandora and, you know, all of these crazy things. I think that was also the shot of Revolver and Soulburner fighting each other during, again, the very end of the chorus and the very end of the opening visuals. I thought it fit really well. So Calling is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains opening. If I had to rank them, openings and endings all included, starting from 8, Believe in Magic. 7th, Are You Ready? 6th, Boy. 5th, Go Forward. 4th, Writing Life. 3rd, With the Wind. 2nd, Glory. And 1st, Calling. Openings and endings all judged together. Calling is my favorite because of the visuals. If Glory had the opening visuals to back it up, Glory would be number 1 easily. If we were just judging this based off of music, Glory is number 1 for me. I do like Glory a little more than Calling. Calling probably being number 2, and maybe Writing Life being a little ahead of With the Wind. If I had to do my top 3 musically, probably be Glory, Calling, and Writing Life. But because of visuals being included, Calling is at the top for me in terms of openings and endings, visually and lyrically. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and please leave your lists, your rankings of the 3 Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains openings and the 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains endings down below. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons Alexa Baker, Glen McGookin, Jorge Carrillo, Horace Maye, Goosey Q, Vincent Van Der Veen, Panther J, Smith620, Jorge Leon, Blue Maiden 28, Jarrett Buller, and Gabe G, and to my Diamond tier patrons Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, Sean, and Melinda Phantom, and to my Egyptian God tier patrons Joss Rivers and Syn Cloud. Thank you so much to everyone who supports me over on Patreon, and to everyone who is a YouTube channel member. I cannot tell you how much you all truly do help me out, and thank you to everyone who just watches these videos. Without you guys, I would not be able to do this. Thank you all so much for watching. I will talk to you down below, and I hope you have an amazing day.